Now let's start with the next chapter, that is lesson 9 on measurements. Now what is measurement? Measurement is finding a number that shows the size or amount of something. We can measure the length, area, volume, mass, time, and temperature. There are lots of other things we can measure, but these are the most common things. So, we need to measure something to understand the value of that thing, or we need to measure it to compare which is big or which is small, which is heavy or which is light. Now let's learn about the history of measurements. In earlier times, there was no such metric measurements that were used, so people used to use a number of other things. For example, palm. Palm is the distance across the base of the four fingers that form the palm. So, measuring with the help of a palm is basically starting from your finger till the end of your palm. So here you can see in the picture that it actually is about 4 centimeter. So with this you come to know about a length of a cloth or anything that you need to measure. So foot is the length of the foot. So here if we need to measure the area of a particular place like a drawing room or a sitting room or anything, so we can measure our foot and then we count the steps, and then accordingly we can come to know the measurement of a particular area. So now let's learn about the metric system, what exactly a metric system is. Now measuring length. Now there are two ways of measuring length, that is the non-standard method and the standard method. So in the olden times when people were using their palms or foot or etc., they were actually using the non-standard methods of measurements. We cannot totally rely on these kind of measurements because it will vary according to the age of the person and an individual. For example, the palm of a child will be smaller than the palm of an adult. The foot of the male will be bigger than the foot of a female. So we cannot totally rely on these kind of measurements, and because they are not accurate and they can be incorrect. So the non-standard methods are the paper clips, the fingers, the cubes, the unifex, hands, square tiles, books, feet and pencils. So we cannot rely on these kind of measurements because they can vary according to their size. Like cubes can be small also and big also. Books can also be the kind of books. Are you using the rectangle books or the square books? Pencils also, how long the pencil is, etc. The standard methods are those which are in which we use a proper ruler, a metric stick, a foot, a yard or a yardstick. So in these you can see the measurements are given and these are the accurate measures and we can actually rely on these measurements. So these cannot be incorrect and you can totally rely on them. So now the meter can be divided into 100 equal parts called centimeter. Now centimeters short form is cm. A millimeter is smaller than a centimeter. So a millimeter's short form is mm. So there is 10 millimeter in 1 centimeter. Long distances are measured in kilometers. So how many mm's are there in a meter? So here we will multiply 100 multiplied by 10. So 1000 millimeter is the answer. So you can see that centimeter is big and millimeter is small. The photograph below shows the end of a meter stick at the 90 centimeter mark. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. 1 meter is equal to 1000 millimeters. So you can see over here 1 meter is equal to 1000 millimeters. Now how large is a millimeter? A millimeter is very small. It is the width of a pin. So if you have seen a nail or a pen, so its size is very small. So that is actually the size of the millimeter. So it is the smallest size. And how large is a centimeter? So the width of the top of your finger is the centimeter. So can you see this? From here, this line till the tip of your finger, that is centimeters. So centimeters is bigger than the millimeters. Now let's do some examples. Now you can see there are two scales given. In one scale it's given in inches and in other scale it's given in centimeters. And there is a crayon and a pencil that is being placed on the scales. Now we need to find out which is bigger. But you can see as it is from the picture, you can see that the pencil seems bigger than the crayon. So now let's actually measure it. So the pencil is about 16 centimeter and the crayon is 3 inches. Now since this is given in inches and this is given in centimeters, we cannot totally rely on it. We have to actually convert it either in the inches or in centimeters. So you can see that 1 inch is similar to about 3 centimeters. As you can see over here, 3 centimeters. So now let's convert it into inches. So now here we have converted the scale into inches. So now you can see that the crayon is 3 inches and the pencil is about 7.5 inches. So now you can clearly say that the pencil is bigger than the crayon because the pencil measures 7.5 inches and the crayon is 3 inches. So we have to always convert it in the same unit to understand better. Let's measure this object in centimeters. So you can see that this eraser has been placed and it is starting from 0. So always remember that whenever you're measuring something, you have to start from 0 and you have to place it straight. It should not be slanting or it should not be in diagonal or any other position. It should be kept straight like this, how you can see over here. So on a nice surface, first place your scale and then place the object that you need to measure. It should be in a straight line and then you start measuring it. So here this is 5 centimeter. So the eraser is 5 centimeter. A doorknob is about 1 meter above floor level. The door key is 5 centimeters long. Remember that 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. So from the ground it has started and we have kept our scale on 0 and then we are going right up and it is actually 100 centimeter or 1 meter. Now the door key is 5 centimeters long. So you can see over here the key is, it is starting from 0 and we are moving and this is 5 centimeter. So it would take 20 door keys end to end to make 1 meter. So we need 20 door keys to reach up to 1 meter. Now let's learn how to make a scale. So we'll start with 0. We'll make this line, start the 0 from 0. Then we'll write 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9 and 1. Now let's learn about kilometers. The longest bridge in Malaysia for today is Penang Bridge. It is about 13.5 kilometers. So kilometers is used to measure the distance of a place. Now the base units. So for length we are actually using meters. The short form is M. Now world's tallest building is Burj Khalifa in Dubai, that is in United Arab Emirates. It completed in Jan 2010 and the height is 828 meters. So it is starting from here, from the ground level, and we're going right up and it actually measures 828 meters. Another base unit that is used for mass is the kilogram, that is kg. So as you can see, there is a boy standing on the weighing scale and he's weighing himself. So you can see that his weight is more than 100 and less than 120 kg. So in short, let's learn about the metric system. For lengths, we are using meters and centimeters. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters and 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. Now for distance, we are always using 1 kilometer. For distance, we use only kilometers. So 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. For weight, we use kilograms. Like if we need to weigh the fruits, vegetables, the pulses, the grains, and a human. All these are for all this we use kilograms. So 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. Now volume is liters. So liters is basically any liquid that we weigh, it will be weighed in liters. So 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliters. And the temperature, that is in Celsius. So 0 degrees Celsius is the freezing point of water and 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point of water. So now to understand better, let's do some exercises in the notebook.